Do you still mix up verb forms when you're making sentences with if? You're not alone. Conditional sentences in English are a grammar topic you have to practice many times before you truly feel confident. Hi, I'm Jennifer. Let's practice conditionals together. I'll take you through a 10-question quiz to help you gain confidence and accuracy with past unreal conditionals, also called the third conditional. Before we start the quiz, let's review the basic structure. We form the if clause with the past perfect. That's had plus the past participle. Had done, had seen, had lived. The if clause is followed by a comma. The result clause, which is the main clause, uses a perfect modal, would or another modal verb, plus have, plus the past participle. Example, if I had known it was her birthday, I would have bought a present. Let's talk facts. Did I know it was her birthday? No. Did I buy a present? No. So past unreal conditionals are counterfactual. We're imagining the past differently. Why? Sometimes we feel regret or anger about the past. Other times we feel thankful that certain things happened. Let's see some examples with negative forms. If you hadn't reminded me, I would have missed the meeting. Some people wouldn't have missed the meeting if they had sent out reminders. Note that we don't need a comma when the result clause comes first. Here we go. Help me complete the following statements with the correct verb forms. 1. Remember, the if clause uses the past perfect. If I hadn't taken a trip to Squam Lake, New Hampshire, I wouldn't have discovered my favorite hotel. 2. Remember, the result clause uses a perfect modal, would plus have plus the past participle. If I had seen the pothole, I would have avoided it. And did you hear my pronunciation? I didn't say would have avoided, I say would have avoided it. It can be hard to catch when you hear all of these forms in spoken English. Would have avoided. 3. If I hadn't visited a Kentucky horse farm, I wouldn't have enjoyed a long trail ride on horseback. 4. Be careful. Do you see which clause comes first? The result clause. I wouldn't have seen reindeer in the wild if I hadn't traveled to Murmansk, Russia. We're going to start raising the challenge now for questions 5 through 10, okay? 5. Form an unreal conditional based on this fact. Alex chose to study in Prague, so he visited other European countries easily. I'll give you the if clause. You write the result clause. If Alex hadn't chosen to study in Prague, he wouldn't have visited other European countries easily. We could also change that to, he wouldn't have visited other European countries so easily. 6. Form an unreal conditional based on this fact. Some new friends invited him on a trip to Morocco, so he rode a camel in the desert. I'll give you the result clause first. Finish the sentence with the if clause. He wouldn't have ridden a camel in the desert if some new friends hadn't invited him on a trip to Morocco. 7. Form an unreal conditional based on this fact. I didn't speak Japanese when I traveled to Japan. I couldn't communicate with people easily. Finish my sentence. If I had spoken Japanese when I traveled to Japan, I could have communicated with people easily or more easily. Note how we used could instead of would. What does could express? Could can express ability. In other situations, it can express possibility. 8. Form an unreal conditional based on this fact. My kids and I had an adventure-packed trip to Paris because I planned our itinerary in advance. I'd like you to form the full sentence. Think logically. What condition led to the result? Now imagine the situation differently, counterfactually. If I hadn't planned our itinerary in advance, my kids and I wouldn't have had an action-packed trip to Paris. 9. Form an unreal conditional based on this fact. I saw cities along the Mississippi River because I worked on a steamboat. I'd like to challenge you to use the modal verb might in the result clause. Finish this sentence. I might. I might not have seen cities along the Mississippi River if I hadn't worked on a steamboat. As you know, could expresses ability or possibility. What about might? Might is also used to express possibility, weak certainty about something happening. In contrast, would expresses strong certainty. Last question. Form an unreal conditional based on this fact. My school didn't have an exchange program. It wasn't possible for me to spend a semester abroad. Think carefully about which modal verb works well in the result clause. Would, might, could. There's more than one possibility. If my school had had an exchange program, I might have spent a semester abroad. Also, I could have spent, I may have spent a semester abroad. Yes, we have 3 possible answers, might, could, and may. All 3 express possibility, weak certainty about something happening. I'm not sure that this would have happened, but it's possible. How did you do? Was any question particularly challenging? If you gained more confidence with conditionals, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Thank you. For practice, I want you to imagine something from your past differently. You could express regret, like me not knowing Japanese before I traveled to Japan. But you could also use this grammar structure to express gratitude that certain things happened, like me seeing cities along the Mississippi River. That probably wouldn't have happened if I hadn't worked on the steamboat. Put your own example of a past unreal conditional in the comments. If you're looking for more interaction and support, join the English with Jennifer community on Patreon, where we practice all skills for confident, effective communication. The link is in the video description. Thanks for watching and happy studies.